Are you able to hear my voice, my dear? All of you? Yes, good. Yes, good, good. Once again, good morning, everybody. Today we are going to discuss about sex determination. In the previous class, we discussed about Mendelian and non-Mendelian concepts. So in this, we are going to learn about autosomes and sex chromosomes. Sex chromosomes are otherwise called as allosomes. Okay. So here, the chromosomes that are involved in sex determination are called as sex chromosomes, namely allosomes. They include X and Y chromosomes. X and Y chromosomes. Autosomes are chromosomes other than sex chromosome. Okay. Out of 23 pairs in human beings, the 23rd pair is called as sex chromosome. Remaining up to 22 pairs, these are called as autosomes. Autosomes are chromosomes other than sex chromosomes. Number of autosomes is same in male and female, whereas they differ in their sex chromosomes. In female it is X and X, whereas in male it is X and Y. So this is what given here in the look at the picture. Okay, it is called as karyotype. Karyotype in the sense analyzing the structure of chromosome, size of the chromosome, arrangement of centromere in the chromosome is known as karyotyping. Okay, so 23 pairs of chromosomes are arranged here. Okay, and all the chromosomes are homologous in nature. And finally, you just observe the chromosome, 6 chromosomes, which are dissimilar. Those are called as non-homologous chromosome. That is present in male, human male. Okay, so next, Henking, the scientist called Henking in 1891 studied spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis in some insects and observed that 50% of a sperm received a nuclear structure after spermatogenesis and other 50% did not receive it. So that you could find that the male consists of two kinds of chromosomes. And Henking called this structure as X body. One of the chromosome which consists of provided with one of the gamete which is provided with nuclear structure after spermatogenesis is known as X body, and another one which do not possess it is called as normal. So now it is called as X chromosome. The nuclear structure, the spermatogenesis, after spermatogenesis, if a sperm consists of a nuclear structure, then it is called as X chromosome. Okay, so likewise, Henking's giving this kind of statement when he experimented in some insects such as honeybees. Now there are some mechanisms of sex determination. Okay, not all the organism consist of same kind of mechanism. In few, the male determines the sex. In few organisms, the female determines the sex. Got my point of what? So that is what we are going to discuss here. There are three kinds of mechanism: XX and XO type, XX and XY type, ZZ and ZW type. Let us see one by one. Here, in XX XO type, in this mechanism, male is heterogametic. Look at the genotype. Here it is X and XO. The male consists of X and XO, whereas female consists of X and X. So it is heterogamete. Hetero means different. The gametes are different. If two gametes are produced, okay, one consists of X and another one does not consist of X, which is called as O0. Okay, so gametes with X and gametes with X. And the female is homogametic. That is XX. All gametes are with X chromosomes. And many insects such as grasshopper consist of this type of mechanism, XX and XO type. The male grasshopper consists of XO type. Here, just look at this diagram which I am going to draw here. If the female is crossed with XO, now if these two gametes join together, XX will be produced, this will be a female. If these two are produced, X0, that is XO will be produced, this will be male. Okay, so here the male only determines the sex of the young one. Okay, so in XXXO type, let us discuss about another type. Listen here, XXXY type, which takes place in human and Drosophila. Here, now the male is heterogametic here. The male is heterogametic, X and Y. The female is homogametic, X and X. If this X cross with this X, then it will be female. Suppose this X combines with the second X, then female. This Y combines with this one, XY, and here also XY. So 50% possible, 50-50. Okay, suppose there are 400 millions of sperms are produced in male. Out of 400, 200 will be containing X. 200 sperm containing only X, and remaining 200 million will be containing X and Y. So 50%. If all the X sperm fuse with the egg, then it will be male. All the X fuse with the egg, it will be female, because the egg always consists of always X chromosome. Okay, so only one X, and the X plus X, XX. So it will be female. Suppose Y sperm fused with the egg which contains X, then it will be male. So here also the male determines the sex. Okay, the sex is determined whether it is a male or female. This determination will be done by, what is that? Male only. So male is heterogametic and female is homogametic only. So which this kind of mechanism takes place in human and Drosophila. ZZZW type. Here male is homogametic in birds. In certain birds, male is homogametic, Z and Z, ZZ, and female is ZW. Okay, so if these two Z fuse together, then it will be male. Okay, and if this one Z with W, it will be female. So here, which one determines the sex of the young one? The female. Okay, so that is called as ZW mechanism. I think you can understand my language. Okay, in ZW type will be seen in female birds. So it is heterogametic in nature. Male gamete is homogametic in nature because both Z are present here. So here the female only determines. In XXXO and XXXY mechanisms show male heterogamety, but in ZZZW mechanism shows a female heterogamety. So female heterogamety will be seen in the ZZZW type, whereas male heterogametic will be seen in the XXXO type, which takes place in grasshopper or some insects. In the XXXY type, which takes place in the Drosophila as well as in human beings. Now look at this. Sex determination in humans. Human has 23 pairs of chromosomes, 22 pairs of autosomes plus 1 pair of sex chromosomes. A pair of X chromosomes is present in female, 23rd, this one. Okay, the 23rd chromosome consists of a pair of X chromosomes, whereas the 23rd chromosome of male will be X and Y. Okay, now during spermatogenesis, male produces two types of gametes, 50% with X and X chromosome and 50% with Y chromosome, whereas female produce only ovum with X chromosome. Okay, X chromosome. So now who determines the sex of the young one? Male only, because male consists of two kinds. If Y fused with the X, then it will be definitely male. X with X, female, isn't it? So here the male only determines. There is an equal probability of fertilization of ovum with the sperm carrying X or Y chromosome. The sperm determines whether the offspring is male or female. Offspring male or female. Now see how do sex determination will be done in honeybees. Observe carefully. This is one of the 5-mark question. Sex determination in honeybees. It is based on the number of sets of chromosomes in an individual. Chromosomes an individual receives. See, look at this. Here, the female consists of 32 chromosomes in its germ cell. Okay. So when it produces egg, 16 plus 16 chromosome will be cleaved, isn't it, in its gamete. So this is one egg and this is one egg. Okay. So now this egg fuses with okay, the 16 chromosome which is present in the male, then again it will be 32. So the 32 possessed insect is female here. That means if fertilized egg, okay, the fertilized egg will be converted into female. Listen carefully. The fertilized egg, 16 plus 16. So here this one is sperm and this one is sperm and this one is egg. So egg consists of 16 and sperm consists of 16 chromosomes. So if the syngamete takes place or fusion of these two gametes takes place, that is known as fertilization. If the egg is fertilized like this, it will get 32 chromosomes, then definitely it will be female. And now, sometimes what will happen, unfertilized egg will be seen. Sometimes the egg will not be fertilized. Okay. This egg directly develop into male insect or male bees, which are known as drones. Drones consist of only 16. Only 16. Remember, drone consists only 16 chromosomes. Haploid in nature. Haploid, N. Always drones are N in nature because they consist only 16 chromosomes. Whereas female consists of 32 chromosomes. How do the female insects are formed? Fusion of male gamete, 16 gamete from that is 16 chromosomes from sperm and 16 chromosome from egg combines together to form what is that? Female. Whereas sometimes the egg will not be fertilized. Most of the time the egg will not be fertilized. If the egg is not fertilized, okay, already you know very well that egg consists of 16 chromosomes. This will be directly developed into a male insect without fertilization. If the insect is produced without fertilization, which is known as parthenogenesis. What is that? Parthenogenesis. Okay, parthenocarpy takes place in plants. Okay, the fruits are produced without the act of fertilization is known as parthenocarpy. Carp means fruit. C-A-R-P means fruit. Okay, if the fruit is developed without the act of fertilization, then it is called as parthenocarpy. If the insect or animal is produced without the act of fertilization, is known as parthenogenesis. Make a note of it. Okay, so I think you are able to understand my language here. So here the sex is determined by whether it is fertilized egg or unfertilized egg. Remember, it is based on the number of sets of chromosome an individual receives. The fertilized egg develops as a female. Queen or worker. All the workers and queens are females. Okay. An unfertilized egg develops as a male. That is called as a drone. It is called as parthenogenesis. See, look at the picture here. Okay. So, look at the picture. The drone is male. It produces sperm with 16 chromosomes. The queen is female, okay, which already possesses 32 chromosomes in it. During gamete formation, 16 plus 16, 2 eggs will be produced. Okay, if these this egg fused with the sperm, then it will be 32. Definitely it will be female. Suppose this egg is not fertilized, it will directly develop into drones, which is male. It consists of only 16 chromosomes. Clear? So this is how the male and females are formed in honeybees. Remember, don't forget about it. Okay, see, look at this picture. So now if drone, how do the drone is formed? Through haploid. So now see, the workers, when the male and female produces gametes, and these two gametes combine together to form females. Clear? The unfertilized egg, okay, develops into male. That's it. Now see, therefore the females are diploid, whereas the males are haploid. Okay, because they did not undergo, what is that, fertilization. Without fertilization they have developed, so only haploid set of chromosomes are there in their body. So therefore the females are diploid and males are haploid. This is called as haplodiploid sex determination system. Make a note of it. Haplodiploid sex determination system is seen in honeybees. In this system, the males produce sperms by mitosis, because already it is in a haploid condition, so that it need to produce more sperm. So already it is, since it is haploid, it will undergo, all the germ cells undergo mitosis cell division to produce more sperms. They do not have father, and thus they cannot have sons, but have grandfather and can have grandsons. This is an ultimate what is that result. See, look at this male. Okay, they do not have father. Why? Because these males are not formed from the fertilized ovary. If it is fertilized ovary, what will happen? One sperm and then one egg. Okay, the egg will be produced by mother and the sperm will be produced by father. Now if these two are produced, combined together, it will be 32 chromosome, which will be the female. The female insects may have father and mother, both father and mother, whereas the male, here the egg is developed directly into drone, so there is no fusion of gametes. Hence the male gamete is not involving, so that this insect male do not have father, and also they will not have sons, because if the male produces sperm, and if the sperms are, combines with the egg, only possibility for female, 32 chromosomes with female, there is no sons. Now the sperm is there in the sperm. When the sperm of this male combines with the egg of the female to produce 32. Now if these 32 undergoes meiosis cell division during gamete formation, 16, if one egg is developed fused with the sperm, that will develops into female. Now this one, suppose this 16 is not undergo fertilization, okay, then it will develop into male, so that this insect will not have, what is that, son, but they will have grandson. And also they do not have father, but they do have grandfather. Okay, so you have to understand properly. I hope that you understood this concept. This is how the sex is determined in honeybees. Only the chromosome number determines male or female will be determined in, what is that, in honeybees. Next comes mutation. What is mutation? See, here we talk about, always we deal with genes, characters. Characters are inherited from from one generation to next generation, from the parental generation to the offspring. Likewise, sometimes what happens, some of the genes in the body undergo sudden changes due to X-rays, due to environmental conditions, due to some chemicals, due to some rays like alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, UV rays. Okay, what happens? The particular gene which is responsible for the particular character will undergo sudden change, which is known as genetic change or genetic material. The genetic material which undergoes sudden change is known as mutation. Sudden changes takes place in the genetic material, that is in the gene, is called as mutation. This statement was given by Hugo de Vries in 1901. Okay, in the plant called Enothera lamarckiana. If he found the mutation in the plant called Enothera lamarckiana, so and then he called that plant as a mutant. Mutant means the organism which undergone mutation is known as mutant. Okay, so Enothera lamarckiana. Here the sequence of DNA, in sequence of DNA certain changes will occur. How do these changes will occur? Due to chemical agent or physical agent such as X-rays, UV rays, alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays. Okay, so due to this rays, physical agents, what happens? Certain changes will occur in the DNA sequence. DNA consists of gene, isn't it? In a DNA sequence, certain changes will occur. So this changes, sometimes it leads to harmful result, okay, harmful consequences, and sometimes this kind of mutation leads to beneficial consequences. Okay, so for example, one of the gram called Caesar aritinum. ஓகே சைசர் அரிட்டினம் கருப்பு சுண்டல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். கருப்பு சுண்டல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். சுண்டல் சாப்பிடுவோம் இல்லையா? ஸோ அது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா when it undergone mutation, sudden changes takes place in its genetic material. Okay, அதனால next time when they shown the seed, due to mutation it produce Caesar gigas அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த ஒயிட் சுண்டல் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, சன்னா மசாலா, சன்னா, அது வந்து வந்தது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, so this is called as mutation and beneficial mutation. Sometimes some of the mutation causes lethal in the sense a death of an organism. If the mutation involves in the death of the organism, which is called as lethal mutation. Sometimes this kind of sudden changes or mutation takes place in biochemical activities of an organism, which is called as biochemical mutation, which is firstly found in the plant called sorghum. மக்காச்சோளம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, சொர்க்கம் பல்கர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ இந்த மக்காச்சோளத்துல தான் இந்த சடன் பயோகெமிக்கல் சேஞ்சஸ் வந்து பார்த்தாங்க. சம் ஆஃப் தி கெமிக்கல்ஸ் ஆர் கெமிக்கல் ஆர் catabolic, metabolic and anabolic activities are takes place in this. Okay, so that is called as mutation. Now I think you have a brief account on what is that mutation. Mutation is nothing but sudden changes takes place in the genetic material. Okay, so due to this mutation, various harmful results also will be there and useful results also will be there. Look at the picture. It is a sudden heritable change occurring in DNA sequence. So DNA is nothing. Where do gene is present? You know very well that if you consider it as a DNA, DNA is made up of number of chemicals, nucleotides. Okay, so few nucleotides combine together to form one protein. Okay, this protein only controls a particular character. Either it can be eye color or color of the skin or hair texture, hair color, whatever. Okay, so what is gene then? It is a part of DNA. Okay, in this sequence, in this part of DNA, certain changes will occur. Okay, so due to that, the particular protein which is produced by this gene will be changed. So due to that, some of the harmful activities may also caused, and some of the beneficial activities also we receive or acquire. See, the child born without a child born with two what is that, heads and all, possible due to this mutation. Okay, so types of mutation, there are various types of mutations are there. Point mutation and frame shift mutation, deletion mutation, addition mutation, substitution mutation. Likewise, various kinds of mutations are there. Forward mutation, backward mutation, lethal mutation, chemical mutation, spontaneous mutation, induced mutation. Induced in the sense, nowadays to get beneficial result from the plants and animals, we used to induce mutation, sudden changes in the genetic material of an organism. So these kind of various mutation types are there. Okay, so The sudden changes, sudden heritable changes occurring in DNA sequence that results changes in the genotype and the genotype of an organism. Recombination and mutation leads to variation in DNA. Okay, so mutation leads to little variation in DNA. Now, point mutation. What is point mutation? See, DNA is, as I said, that DNA is made up of sequence of nucleotides. Sequence of nucleotides. Later period, let me tell you what is meant by nucleotide. Okay, so now if any one of the nucleotide undergoes mutation, any one of the base, okay, base pairs, there are 4 bases are there: adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Any one of the bases undergoes certain change, then it is called as a single base pair mutation or point mutation. Only one area which is called as point mutation. That is what explained in this picture. See, the particular area, the particular gene undergoes mutation here. Only one base out of these 2 bases or many bases, sequence of bases, only one base is undergoing mutation. Okay, so if the mutation is such mutation is takes place like this, then it is called as point mutation. The best example for point mutation is sickle cell anemia. In this, what happens? The RBCs, red blood corpuscles, are produced as a sickle sickle in the sense sword, small knife like structure. Actually, the structure of RBC will be disc shape and biconcave. It is biconcave and disc like, isn't it? So now that disc like blood RBCs will become as a sickle type. Sickle in the sense of small knife. Okay, knife type. So this kind of point mutation leads to this kind of diseases also, genetic diseases also. Then frame shift mutation. What is frame shift mutation here is, it is the deletion or insertion of base pairs resulting in the shifting of DNA sequence. So completely one DNA in the sequence, the DNA is made up of various chemicals. If any changes takes place in these sequences, in these chemicals, in these base pairs, okay, one of the base pair will be deleted or inserted. Due to that, okay, the loss or gain of DNA segment causes chromosomal abnormalities, which is called as chromosomal abnormalities, or otherwise called as chromosomal aberrations. It is mentioned there. Look at this. Okay, so aberrations. So any changes in the chromosome or chromosomal abnormalities is called as aberrations. Okay, so changes takes place in the genetic material is called as mutation, but the changes takes place in the chromosome itself is called as aberrations. So chromosomal aberrations are seen in cancer cells usually. Okay, the partially the chromosome will be deleted, and in between intercalary deletion of chromosome will be there. Sometimes the chromosome completely inverted, and translocation, both the arms or chromatids will be translocated between the successive chromosome, which is known as a translocation. So likewise, various kinds of aberrations are there. Okay, so there is a little difference between mutation and aberration, but both are both are changes the genetic material only. But the thing is, if the mutation or the sudden changes takes place in the chromosome, then it is called as aberration. The chromosome only, within the chromosome only genes are present, DNA are present. If any changes takes place in DNA or genes, then it is called as mutation. I hope that you understand what I am telling. Now comes mutagens. What is by mutagens? Now you so far we discussed about mutation. What is by mutation and aberration? You came to know the difference between mutation and aberration. Mutation takes place in the genetic material, that is in DNA. Aberration takes place in the chromosome itself. So chromosome is a carrier of gene, okay, genetic material. Now mutagens in the sense mutagenic agents. Which one causes this kind of mutation, sir? You may ask the question such a way that, which one causes this kind of mutation? There are 2 kinds of mutagens or mutagenic agents. Mutagenic agents are there. physical mutagens and chemical mutagens. UV radiation, alpha, beta, gamma rays, X-rays are called as physical mutagens. Make a note of it. Very, very important one. And chemical mutagens. Okay, mustard gas, phenol, formalin, acetic acid, formic acid, ammonium acid, ammonium, etc. NH3. Okay, apart from that, methyl methane sulfonate and ethyl methane sulfonate. So all of these must be kept in your mind. Okay, so don't forget. Immediate after the class, you have to finish it off. You have to retain all these terms and also the chemical mutagens and the names of the physical mutagens. Okay, so physical mutagens such as UV radiation, alpha, beta, gamma rays, X-rays, and chemical mutagens. In the sense, the chemicals which causes mutation. Physical mutagens is nothing but the rays which causes, okay, mutation. So here mustard gas, phenol, formalin, acetic acid, formic acid, and NH3, etc. And methyl methane sulfonate, ethyl methane sulfonate, including all these, available as a chemical mutagens. Next comes pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis. See, what is by pedigree? In human, control crosses are not possible. So the study of family history about inheritance is used. Such an analysis of genetic traits in several generations of a family is called as pedigree analysis. Okay, controlled cross will not be possible, no. Okay, so here the human beings, marry a girl or a boy within the relatives, or sometimes mm, within the continent and within the religion, within the caste, within the community. So there will not be controlled cross in human beings. So we have to the study of a family history about inheritance used. Sometimes some of the people may have certain genetic disorders, so we can easily find with the help of this pedigree analysis, we can easily find from where this particular guy has received a particular disease or a particular character and all. So studying about such analysis of genetic traits in several generations of a family is called as pedigree analysis. Okay, so pedigree, you might have heard this word in the pockets of uh, pet feeds, dog feeds, isn't it? So actually pedigree means generations after generation, a particular character, okay, is noticed, analyzed from generation after generation. Okay, is known as pedigree analysis. Clear? So that is what they are coming to say here. And see, the analysis of genetic traits in several generations of a family is called as pedigree analysis. Now look at this. The presentation or chart showing family history is called as family tree. That is called as pedigree. In human genetics, pedigree study is utilized to trace the inheritance of a specific trait, abnormality, or diseases. Okay?